Good morning. I'm literally starting my 10 o'clock coaching call. Can I call you after I'm done? No problem. No problem. Give me about 30 minutes. Anyway. Michelle, good morning. Where are you? There she is. I can't hear you yet.
Good morning.
There you go.
I'm
Good morning.
in East Tennessee.
Okay. What's it like living in Tennessee? I always wanted to visit. I never went.
I'm originally from New York, so it's very different.
I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll assume
very
it's a
different.
lot. So when
Very
COVID
different.
hit, I went to Florida, and that's where I've been ever since. But I have friends that went to Mississippi, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. So I'm trying to do the tour and visit all those different places. But it is a cultural shift, to say the least.
So much, so much. I came here during COVID also, and it's been a big, big, big change.
Were you a real
Yeah.
estate agent in New York?
Um, I did Medicaid planning in New York, and now I do reverse mortgage.
Okay.
Um, so COVID affected my business in New York because, healthcare was just shut down. So I had to pivot. So now I do work with seniors with reverse mortgage.
Okay. So what led you to this call?
I found you guys online
Okay.
on Facebook, and it just interested me to see what you were doing.
Okay. So I'll give you the super long and short. So I'm a perspective coach. You already know I came from Jersey, went to Florida, and
Hmm.
I share my perspective to help people make money. Real estate, mortgage, financial services, insurance. Been doing this coaching for many, many years. And then myself, Corey Boldroff, who's a fantastic real estate agent, Felicia Saraceno, fantastic real estate agent in the senior space more specifically,
Hmm.
developing partnerships with communities, probate attorneys, estate planners, things like that. And then we got together and said, hey, nobody knows how to do this. So why don't we teach it? Okay, great. So about a year ago, a little over a year ago, we started the Productive Aging Collective, where we're essentially just going to host weekly calls and we're going to teach people what we know. And if they decide they want more than the little 30-minute sprinkler, then they'll join our private coaching or something like
Oh,
that. And
okay.
essentially, different types of professionals show up to learn what it is that we know. And if they like it, they stick around. If they don't, they don't. Long and short, you being in the reverse space. So, how many mortgages do you close a month in the reverse space now?
Right now, I'm doing both because of the way the economy has been. I'm doing regular mortgage and reverse. Um, I'm closing an average of, I would say, I'm trying to get to 10. I'm kind of floating between 6 and 7.
Okay.
But I've recently in the last, well, for 2026, my goal is to focus solely on reverse and financial advisors, home care agencies. And I did just get my license in New York again. So I'm happy about that. So I could go back to helping people in New York.
Uh huh. So, I would make an assumption, unless you tell me otherwise, you're doing more regular mortgages than reverse.
For right now, yeah.
Yeah. Reverse is more profitable, but just harder to get at this stage.
Right, right. I enjoy them more because I enjoy working with, the financials, with, you know, professionals, mostly, helping them coordinate for their clients. I know the Medicaid part of it, the estate planning part of it. So for me, I think it was a natural fit, and I've been doing them. I think I've done just in the last 12 months, probably 10
That's
in the
great.
last 12 months. Yeah.
I'd say that's more than
So
the average. You're doing that's great.
yeah. So I'm just trying to ramp it up because aside from the money, I do just enjoy it more. The forward mortgages and purchases stuff just drives me bananas.
Yeah, they're yeah, it's a different animal altogether. And
Yep.
the reverse is almost like more gratifying because it's like it for many people can be life altering, literally life altering
Yes, and it's also a really smart retirement plan.
if it's used properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the challenge is the way the interest rates and the LTV restrictions is just tougher. I'm not saying you can't do it. You're doing wonderfully, but they aren't what they used to be. I've been doing mortgages for 28 years. So I know where you're at and what you're doing. And that's why I made the assumption you're probably doing a little bit more forwards than
Mhm.
reverses and you want to
Yeah.
lean. Okay. So how do you get your business now? Where does it come from?
It's come from past clients. It's come from a couple of realtors. I've done some reverse purchases.
Okay.
Um, and I live in a lake and golf community here in Tennessee too. So I'm trying to educate people in the community because everybody, once they hear cash, realtors don't want to obviously, tell them, well, you could save some money because the average person, even if they're coming from California, they don't really have retirement funds. They don't
Mm,
have anything. They have a house. And for them to come here and pay cash, even though it's going to be less, that doesn't leave them with much for the rest of their lives.
yeah.
So I'm trying to educate realtors to maybe think a little bit or just, yeah, or,
You're funny,
or
Michelle. You're very funny.
yeah, I know. Um, Especially here in Tennessee, they
Oh, it's
think
not just
less.
Tennessee. I coach all
Oh, no,
over
I
today.
know.
Yeah. And
No, it's,
the agent itself is a unique breed. And I would say that a majority of the, let's say, top performers really do care, really are professionals, and really do a
mhm,
wonderful job. But there aren't enough of them. And generally speaking,
yeah.
the industry is just like, hey, I just need to close a deal. I just need
Hmm.
to close. I don't really care. Like, I'm not really concerned
Oh,
with their
yeah.
overall next several steps or months or
Nope.
years. Yeah, I need this check. So that's the challenge. And I don't shy from a challenge, but I also identify what I'm
Hmm.
looking at. So in this particular space, Honorata, you can jump in anytime. What we're attempting to do is show typically real estate agents who are coming here how to break into the senior space. Well, for you,
Hmm.
it's very, very similar. And you probably already know this. It sounds like you're pretty keen into this concept. But for me, the estate planners, the probate attorneys, the financial advisors, and the accountants, they have the keys.
Yep.
They're the ones that have the keys. So I don't teach people how to network. I don't teach people how to do social media. I don't teach people how to brand. To me, none of that means anything.
Hmm.
I'm not saying it's not important and it's not needed. Yes,
Right.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
However, would you like to learn how to brand or do you want to make money today? I'm going to show you where the money is. So for me, the business from a real estate agent perspective, we're showing them essentially, and here's simple math. And if you know this, stop me. I don't want to bore you. If they closed 10 deals in the last 12 months, and now they're trying to break into the senior space, and I say you're already in the senior space, and here's how. So 67% of the population doesn't have a will until age 72. Then the number goes down to 19%. So let's take a look at the 10 people that you closed. My question is, how many of them had a will? They have no idea. And as a loan officer, myself included, I'm asking that question every time I get a buyer. You're going to update your will after settlement. Don't have one. Don't worry about it. I'll bring you back to your
Hmm.
agent. And
Hmm.
then I teach the agent how to create a reciprocal partnership with the estate planner or probate attorney.
Right. Hmm.
So it's a natural progressive move. And the joke is you're looking for something you already have. I'm going to show you.
Right. Right.
But most people, the funny thing is, and I'm 58, just for the sake of example, most people with more social media connectivity, they've now lost the ability to connect and communicate.
Yes. Hmm.
They actually don't know how to create a reciprocal partnership with all of those people I just mentioned with you. So they're
Hmm.
trying to get in by doing volunteer work, flyers, mailers, let me buy leads. And I'm like, you can do all of that, or you can talk to the one guy that's already in all of the senior communities and does quarterly seminars. That's the estate planner and probate attorney. He's already there. So how do
Right.
you get his attention? Because you're not going to get his intention until you get his attention.
Right.
Make him money. Make him
Hmm.
money. So look in the rearview mirror before the windshield. Let's make some calls to your closed clients and see who has a will. 67% of the time they don't. And you can bring them to that estate planner who's going to be so impressed that you brought in 2 or 3 deals. You're not going to teach him how to
Yep.
reciprocate.
Hmm.
That's why I say you're already in the senior space,
Hmm.
but they're doing it the very 1985 way. And I'm just against that. To me, primarily because I want to be paid for talent, not time, because at 58 years old, I don't have as much time.
Yeah.
So I need to perfect my talent. And I'm very efficient with what I do. So I
Hmm.
don't network, I don't social media, I don't do any of the things that a normal loan officer
Oh.
does. I do
Hmm.
none of it. Essentially, the business is growing through those types of resources. And the idea or the intention is that every time I communicate with somebody, I'm asking all the questions to protect them, provide an elevated experience, and to then bring them to one of my partners. And I don't bring business to people that say thank you, because I think thank you is not a word, it's an activity. And
Hmm.
I'm going to teach you what that
Show
activity
me.
actually is.
Yeah.
So I have to show
Hmm.
them how to do that. So I host all these different types of coaching calls during the week to give them the models with which I teach. Here was an example. So I have two financial advising firms that hire me to coach for them, and I coach their financial advisors. So I'm already in, Michelle, right? All the
Mm.
mortgage business comes from those advisors because I'm actually coaching them. They hire me to do that. Think about that, something maybe you and I could do, or I could show you how to do that. I
Yeah.
don't look for financial advisors. They're looking for me. So
Yeah, it's great.
these two financial firms hired me to coach their advisors. So I get all their mortgage business as well.
Mm.
So as an example, this was the financial advisor is in the middle. I teach this thing called the board of directors. We don't have time to do it today, but I'll just give you a sampling. So if the financial advisor is here, the financial advisor gave me a refinance. He gave me another refinance, and we have a purchase from this financial advisor in this group. So I have these
Hmm.
three deals going on. And I said to him, how much business do you get from your homeowner's insurance agent? And he said, none. I said, how long have you had homeowner's insurance? 20 years. So I said, in 20 years, you've never gotten business from a guy who's earning residually from you. And they just stare at me because they've never been taught how to do that.
Hmm.
So now the idea is I show them how to communicate with this guy using this as your leverage to tap into his business. And I refer to it as your board of directors. So I've been teaching this for years. The board of director concept is a mentality, and I show people how to create that environment. So now you have homeowners insurance agents, photographers, estate planners. They're bringing business to you as opposed to you always bringing business to them. How do
Yep.
you do that? Well, that's what I teach.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, for you, my goodness, it would actually be very easy because you have the knowledge. You're from the Northeast. So the challenge for me when I came down here was I had to slow the tempo a little bit, a lot, and probably for you, a lot of it over
Even
there.
more than
Yeah, I can
Florida. Yeah.
imagine, right? So there's a lot of Jersey down here, and I'm sure there's a little bit over there. But
Yes.
generally speaking, uh, coming down here was, well, why aren't you working this hard? Why aren't you going this fast? Well, move, let's go. And it's just
Oh my
not.
God. Exactly.
It's yeah. So I always jokingly said, man, if you could take the Northeast work ethic down south, you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. And you're a prime example. There weren't many loan officers closing 6 deals a month that have been in the business for years.
Yeah.
So you're clearly doing something very, very well. I commend you for that. By the way, who were you with? What institution?
It's Coast to Coast Mortgage. I'm a broker, and they're based out of St. Augustine.
Okay. So why them? What was it about them that appealed to you? Do they help you grow your business, or they just
No, no, I
no?
was with retail for a long time, so they're my
Okay.
first broker experience.
Mm,
I came to them because their flat fee model, and they leave you alone. We're licensed in um, we're going to be licensed in almost all the states except for New York, but now I connected with a broker in New York that I'm licensed with there. So I have 11 states aside of New York. Um, I just like that it's straightforward. If I need help or I need something, they'll respond. If I don't want to be talked to and left alone and not like, these some in retail, sometimes you have these sales meetings and these hoorahs and stuff like that. And I'm not 20, I'm not into that. So that's why I like it. I mean, it's working for me right now. They don't take anything but the 995, and I'm a 1099 worker. I get to write things off. Works. I love it.
okay. So do you have loan officers under you or with you, or
Nope,
mm,
just me.
how long you been in the mortgage business?
Since COVID when I had to pivot.
2001, 2, 21, something like that?
20,
20.
20. The summer
Okay.
of 20, I got my license while I was phasing out the Medicaid.
Understood. So I'll share something with you. Tell me what your thoughts are. So I've been licensed since 98. My LO license is 34540 to show you how early on I am, right?
Yeah.
So I've been in this game for a very long time, ran my own shop. I've been all around the world with this thing. And I always said, man, if I could earn every time one of my clients made a mortgage payment This would be an
No.
unbelievable gig, right?
Yeah. That'd be
So I've
awesome.
been saying that for years, just not smart enough to do it on my own.
Hmm.
So I ended up finding, God put in front of me, the lender, the only lender in the United States that pays you residually every time your client makes a mortgage payment.
What?
Yeah, that's number one.
What?
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
I know. I'm
Wow.
28 years. I'm telling you, I
Wow.
just moved my entire operation over to them 6 weeks ago.
Wow.
That's how recent this is. You talk about God acting in mysterious ways. Now he works in obvious ways. You on this call right
Wow.
now, me sharing this
Yeah.
with you, lights out. From the Northeast, we're in good company, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's number one. And I'm like, no. And this is the owner. I'm talking to the owner. And by the way, I record the calls with the owner, and I'm like, I have to ask you straight questions because this is what I'm hearing. And we go through the whole dissertation. I'll long and short it for you. So that's the number one thing that caught my attention.
Mhm.
Because if I had been earning every time my clients made a mortgage payment 28 years, I'd be out of here, Michelle.
Yeah. You'd be on an island.
I'd
Yeah.
be out of here, right? I'd be on Puerto Rico like the owner of this company. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, so you get to earn residual when your clients make a
Wow.
mortgage payment, which is absolutely life changing. Number two, they have daily payroll. You never wait for a paycheck. You're not
Yeah.
waiting for 2, 3, 4 weeks. When your loan funds, you get paid. Payroll
Hmm.
twice a day. Unheard of in this industry. On top of that, your real estate agents, your financial advisors, your contractors, your accountants, any one of them can actually sign on to be with you as what's called a BDM, a business development marketer. So they can sign up. They don't have to license, no testing, nothing to take. Just sign up, take this class. It's a 35, 40-minute Zoom call with the company. So you learn what this is. And
Hmm.
then for every deal they bring you, they can earn an override legally on a W 2.
Wow.
And those people that you bring in, they can put people under them and earn an override from their business. And you can earn an override on their business as well without lifting a finger.
Hmm.
So I got people lined up because they're like, wait, I don't have to get a mortgage license. I don't have to have a real estate license. No, I got accountants, financial advisors, homeowners insurance agents. They're all signing up as BDMs.
Hmm.
So now they're earning income from the mortgages they're giving me. And it doesn't come out of my pocket.
That's even better because I know Nexa has
That's
their
Nexa,
thing.
yeah.
Hmm.
So on top of that, now these LOs are saying, why did you go to Nexa? I'm like, let me show you. And they're signing up. I don't manage them. I don't work with them. I'm not managing children, adults,
Hmm.
nothing. They just sign up under me. And now I get an override from all of their production and then their production, et cetera, and don't do a thing.
Okay, because I spoke to Nexa and I did not get that information from them
How long ago?
2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I know they have, you can get people under you, you can make money from them. I did remember that they have the BDM thing, but making money off the mortgage payments, no.
so I would encourage you to go back to the person that talked to you about this, unless you feel like something went wrong. But you should always go back to the person that brought you to that environment. So maybe
Hmm.
they just don't know what they need to know to help you. But
Maybe.
if you've already talked to somebody there, I would encourage you to go back. So you wouldn't be coming to me. I would say go to them. This is just a better environment. Again, I'm in this
Really?
28 years, 28 years, and have never experienced what this guy continues to unroll and moved
Really?
everything over to them 6 weeks ago.
Okay, because they seem to take a lot more fees.
Mm,
They
so
take the 12% plus, um, I
yeah,
forgot what the other, yeah.
yeah. So well, part of the example is when you're doing a loan with them, and there's so many different tiers to understand, but the super long and short of it is when you use one of they call them the Nexa 100 lenders.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
when you use one of them, they give you a 50 basis point bonus.
Okay.
So whatever you paid for the help that you got, they're actually giving it back to you. And
Okay.
then if you do over $2 million a month in production,
Hmm.
100% of all the revenue is yours. They take nothing. They work like a real estate shop where they take absolutely nothing.
Okay, so then it wasn't explained properly. Because I recently there was a reverse mortgage summit in Knoxville,
Okay.
close to where I live. And Lauren Riddick is the reverse, he has like his own reverse team with Nexa. Um, and he was trying to recruit and stuff, but I wasn't interested in getting on with him because I don't want, he also has, he takes a certain portion of something. His thing works different.
So wait,
Um, but
so wait, but bear with me 1 second.
yeah,
So I'm confused. You're saying there's a guy at Nexa 2 weeks ago that is trying to recruit you to Nexa, correct?
yeah, just from this summit. He ran the summit, but
Oh,
it was all people from the reverse mortgage industry. It was a great summit, but in his on his side, he would collect people and see if they wanted to join. I did not go to any of his events, but a lot of people who did go said that it was basically you have you can get people under you. Um, Nexa takes whatever they take, and then he's taking something. So it's like he's got his own branch.
okay.
My
Are you saying
concern,
that he did a presentation for a bunch of people? You were in the audience?
he offered it. He offered the presentation in like a separate conference room, but I did not go. It was
Oh,
like off the schedule for the event. It wasn't part
understood.
of the event. Yeah.
Understood. Well, that's why I was saying to you a moment ago, Michelle, that if somebody already introduced you to it, intimately went through
Mhm.
it, brought you to it, etc., then stay with that person. You're saying no, he didn't do that, and you didn't take him
No.
up on the offer. Okay. So then the reason I'm sharing this with you is
Hmm.
because I'm going a little bit more intimate with regard to what it is that they do offer.
Hmm.
And like I said to you, 28 years in the business, I have never experienced anything like what this guy's
Really?
put. I moved my entire license. My children have, I'm moving everybody over. I've never
No.
experienced this. So when you say they take more fees, well, you never sat in on a presentation. So I'm just going to give you the quick overarching
Yeah,
theme
yeah.
of what this is. So when you close a loan, I'm new there. So when I
Hmm.
close a loan, I use somebody else, another licensed loan officer at the company. They call him an LO coach. And that guy or girl, I believe, gets 75 basis points and the company takes 12%. Now, I just closed my first loan, so I'm just learning this, right?
Okay.
So now what happens is he gets his share, Nexa gets their share, and then I use the Nexa 100 lender, so I get 50 basis points back.
Okay.
So in reality, I didn't do much to close the loan, and those people earned their money because they did the work for me because I'm transitioning everything over to Nexa. And it was a very good experience. And
Okay.
after it closed, that guy put in for his payroll and my payroll hit. The numbers matched. Essentially, there was 4.8 points in the loan and everybody was paid. I was paid, and then money went into my overage ledger. I'm at 264 is my
Hmm.
comp. So everything above that went into the overage bucket, if you will, quote
Right.
unquote.
Hmm.
Okay. So now that overage bucket sits there and you're allowed to use it for growth and marketing, if you will.
Right.
But if you don't use it in 6 months, you can cut yourself a bonus check and all that money comes out to you. Nexa doesn't take
See,
anything.
yeah, I didn't hear that either.
Well, you didn't sit on the presentation. So
No, I spoke to someone else who was in it, and they told me, I asked them some questions about it, and she explained some things to me, but that I didn't know that you can get the check back.
right.
Um,
So
is there
now,
any limit to that?
no,
You can take it when you want, or does it have to hit a certain amount?
no, it doesn't have to hit a certain amount. It has to stay in there for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So what Mike did and the attorneys and compliance, they recognize that they can draw that money out for the loan officer in two different ways, either a retention bonus
Hmm.
or a forgivable loan. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah, that's why I say this guy's just incredible. There's so much smarter than I thought I was or that I am, that he finds ways to support the loan officer, just keeps finding ways to help the LO. This is the reason he started Nexa. This dude was a hardworking LO, top performer,
oh,
grinding, and just hated everything about the way the industry treated him and his comp. And he said, I can build a better system. And he did. So now that money that's sitting in my overage bucket, in 6 months, I cut myself a bonus check, I get all that money back out. So in the grand scheme of things, Nexa took hardly anything out. Hardly anything. And then on top of that, these loan officers that are coming under me, I earn an override from them. So
Right.
again, being 58, don't know your age, but being 58, I got about 5 to 7 years of a really strong run to build this thing into an empire, build it residually to the point where it's sellable, give it to my
Right.
children. They could take over the business, or the residuals keep coming in. And then I've got these BDMs that want to join. So there's multiple ways to earn revenue at this company. And this guy continues to come out with ways to support the LO like no company I've ever experienced. And
Okay.
like you're saying, hey, I'm 1099. You're allowed to be a 1099. You're allowed to be a statutory W 2 or a regular W 2, depending
Mhm.
on the state, your licensure, and where you write loans.
Well, you can change it in the
Yeah.
state?
Well, so I'm in Florida. That means
Mhm.
I could be a 1099.
Right.
If I want to write loans in New Jersey does not allow for a 1099.
Right.
So then I would have to be a W 2, either statutory or regular W 2. However, my children are licensed, my wife is licensed, so I could bring them on and do all of my Florida loans through my wife being 1099,
Okay.
and then do my Jersey loans through me where I have to be a W 2 because that's the state. That's not Nexa.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the state. So you can do it that way. While other LOs and BDMs are coming under me, and this would be great for you because think about this. You already know how to do this. And I'm showing you now, you just get into the financial services space and coach and teach and
Yeah.
train. They pay me to coach them and give me mortgages and introduce me to realtors and other financial advisors. So I don't do what any regular LO does. I don't do
Mhm.
the natural networking. I don't do any of that. I don't want to do that. Like you said, I'm not
I
25.
hate that.
I don't want
Yeah,
to
I
do
hate
that.
that.
So I sit here in my little office and I coach and train and mentor. And then I earn revenue from the coaching platform. And then they bring business in. And
So
then I'm
you
now
are
saying,
a coach with Nexa also?
no, 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 no. I have my own coaching
Oh,
business.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
don't,
you just got in on your own with your own coaching business, talking to them and getting
yeah,
them to
my
bring you in.
coaching business is what brings in all the mortgage business.
Got it.
I coach and train and educate. So a regular loan officer brags about their underwriting, their products, and their service.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm the guy that says, I'm going to show you how to make 20 grand more. I'm going to show you how to make 50 grand more. I'm going to show you how to make money. And they're like, holy crap. Well, I already have a loan officer. I said, I know that's the problem. You don't have a partner. You
Mhm.
have someone
Mhm.
that's willing to close the business you bring in, but not showing
Yep.
you how to bring in more business. I'm
Yep.
the guy that does that. So if you want more than just the guy that closed the loans, I'm your guy. And then they pay for that. And then they bring loans in because when you bring a loan into me, for the sake of example, I'm the guy that asks the client, did you update your will, tax
Yes.
returns,
And then you
financial
give it back to
services?
them. Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll pick this up like this, Michelle. And that's what keeps generating the business. Now, for you and I, prior to me joining Nexa, that was every month I'm unemployed. I got to bring in
Yes.
more loans.
Yep.
And now with Nexa, it's like, no, just bring in enough people that want to do what it is that you're doing. And there are guys on this platform making two, three, $400,000 a year just on overrides,
Well,
just on the overrides, not writing a loan. So think about this. I share this with you. You're not getting all of that. So why would you keep doing that? And you're like, well, they only take 1,000, but they're not helping you grow the business. That's all that I do. And they're not
right.
paying residually. You're not getting servicing rights. You're not getting overrides on people that want to join you. They're costing you a fortune.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So again, I would reiterate, we're always taught and ethically and character-wise, go back to the person that brought you to Nexa. But if you're
Mhm.
saying it was just a general presentation and you didn't sign up for the intimate one, then hey, we should talk further. And I would certainly, myself personally, I would check with Mike Cortez and say, hey, this is what Michelle experienced. What should I do? What should she do? Because in this world, I don't want to mess up and say, well, I tried to steal her from somebody else, or I tried. No, 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 I don't want to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do
Mhm.
the right thing all the time. You're the one that
Mhm.
ultimately
Oh,
says,
yeah.
okay, yeah, I didn't sit in on his presentation. So I didn't go through a Nexa presentation. So if you want to talk further, we can talk further. If you don't, that's okay. But this thing is lights out.
And
Lights
how are
up.
you getting paid on payments? Or is that how you're figuring it into when everyone makes a mortgage payment?
So they're starting it with conventional loans first. So
Uh-huh.
all of your conventional loans closed first because what happened was, and I don't know if I'm going to get this right, but Mike, because he has so much leverage, he's the owner. He then goes to these companies and say, I'm servicing. I want my LOs to get a servicing override, not you. And if you don't comply, then I'll take my business elsewhere. The dude has gotten so strong in 6 years that he's essentially saying, I'm going to service the loans. When somebody orders a payoff, they have to order it through my LO because my LO is the one that generated it. So now that payoff request comes to you, Michelle. You know about it,
Right.
not after the fact
Right.
when they're making the request. Everything
Mm-hmm.
reports back to you because you're on the servicing ledger, quote unquote, if you will.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So every month they make a payment for the sake of simple math. And let's say it's $20 a month for the sake of simple math. So if you close six conventional, so let's do five just for easy math.
Mm-hmm.
You close
Yeah.
five conventional loans. That's $100 you earn this month. Next month you earn another $100 because they made their payment, and you close another five loans. Now you're up to 200. Next month you do the same thing. Now you're up to 300 a month. Next month you do the same thing. Now you're up to 400 a month. You can keep doing the math. If the
Okay.
average
So you're
loan stays on the books 5 or 6 years, look at how long you're keeping retaining the servicing on that.
yeah, because it's like homeowners insurance. They get residuals.
Correct. This is operating in the same manner. And Mike's essentially saying, why shouldn't you? You're the one that originated it. Why is the lender keeping all the servicing? Why aren't they sharing it with the LO? It makes sense.
So is it a percentage that you're getting
So
residual?
he's, from what I understand, he's officially launching it. All it's already done, signed, everything is done.
Oh,
Officially,
okay.
yeah, officially launching it. I believe July 3rd for a celebration of Independence Day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I
My
believe what he's doing is he's launching it
mhm,
with conventional loans first.
makes
Then
sense.
it's Gubby loans. So as that thing unfolds, he's going to be servicing just about the entire portfolio. And anything you bring in, you'll be paid on. But I believe it's starting with conventional loans first.
Well, that makes sense. Um, I need to learn a little bit more about the reverse side because I think there was some confusion on that because I didn't go to his. I was just talking to somebody else. Um, I don't want to cap on that because that's a larger revenue that you get, and it's a lot more work. I mean, I'm working with people sometimes 6 months to do a
Months, months.
reverse.
I know. I used to do
Yeah.
them. I don't do them anymore because of the time.
Yeah. And then um I mean, they have Finance of America, which I use, but my other concern was since this guy Lauren has his own department, obviously there's people who don't want to do them like you, right? So there's a potential to get it from other LOs that don't want to do them, but did they go to him first?
I
You
don't
know?
know who this guy is. I don't know
Right.
the arrangement. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. Could certainly find all of that out for you. And again, if you
Yeah,
didn't sit
because
through his presentation, in other
hmm
words, you're saying, from what I understand, you're saying he did it in a group seminar. And if you want to learn more, come here. And you didn't go there. Yeah.
I didn't
So you
go.
only got dribs and drabs. You didn't actually get
Yeah,
this whole thing. Yeah, I understand.
yeah.
Okay. Well, it's up to you, Michelle. If you want me to go further and,
hmm
and converse with you and learn more and help you and all that kind of stuff, I'll certainly do that.
Okay, because I did like the BDM thing because realtors, it's always a with 'em. And if it's not for them, then they really don't care. And there's a lot of realtors in Tennessee since COVID. I mean, you could find a realtor every half a block, but they are all mostly part-time,
Yeah.
or they have, a spouse that brings in the money and they kind of just for fun or while the kids are at school,
Yeah.
and they can't survive on that. And that's also why I want to kind of get away from the forward stuff. As well. But if I have some strong partners, that helps. If it's something in it for them, that helps too. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that because where I was in retail, um, well, I had to be W-2, and then they capped me on everything. And the cap was too low when I got to the reverse side. And I'm not I'm not going to be greedy, but don't cap me when I did all this work the same
Right.
way that you cap somebody that does a conventional loan that takes 30 days.
Right. Agreed. I will
So that's my
certainly
concern.
Yeah, I'll certainly inquire. Michelle, give me your phone number.
Sure. 631-742-5172. I'm sorry I took up your whole session.
Not at all. People came and left. They didn't stick around. And if they would have stuck around, they would have learned what
Yeah.
you have just learned. Um, so I'll do a little bit of digging. I'll shoot you a text. I'll run this by Mike to see what his thoughts are, and then certainly bring something back to you to see if you want to talk further.
Okay. That
It was
sounds
really nice
good.
meeting you. It was really nice meeting you.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's nice. I love talking to my fellow uh
Northeasterners.
Goombas. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
miss it. I miss the fast talk, but it's just you come here and you just get like exhausted. Like you want to hit your head against the wall because they just don't get it.
well,
They
again,
just don't
Michelle,
get it.
I'm showing you this
Yeah.
is this is, as an example, the Knights of Columbus.
Hmm.
You said you're Italian. Albon doesn't seem like it is.
My father was part German. My
Okay.
mother's Contardo from Italy. Yeah. There you go.
So long and short, so creating Catholic commerce. So the Knights of Columbus in Virginia saw me
Hmm.
do coaching, and the guy in charge of the financial platform was like, "Holy crap, I need that." So if you're able to get, I'm not saying in front of the Knights of Columbus or Catholic, you
Yeah.
don't have to be any of that, but I just call it creating Catholic commerce. So I train them on Friday. This is a perfect example for you to see. So
Mm.
every week I do coaching calls for them, and they're growing, and they want me to come and speak to the diocese, and they want me to come and talk to the
Wow.
bishops, and they want me to come and talk. Yeah, absolutely. We're building something really cool. So I'm sharing something with you that if you get, or when you get into a financial services company and you could show them how they could benefit from the clients that could take advantage of a reverse,
Right.
you could be doing something just like I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, I'm very old school, paper pen kind of thing.
Me too.
Yeah, but I'm not an old school dude where I want to go around to these meetings and meet you at 8 o'clock and have
I
these.
hate it. Yeah. I hate it.
I don't do it at all.
You got to
Nothing.
do an elevator pitch every time, and you got to sit there
Well,
and hear everybody do the same elevator pitch.
I call it the beggar speech because that's really what it is. Call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, get out of here. Like, I don't have time for that. So for me, it's always about, like you say, what's in it for me? It's always about, let me show you how I'm going to make you money.
Yeah.
And now we'll talk. So that's
Hmm.
my entire presentation. So the director of this services company saw me do all that. And he's like, holy crap. They don't teach their guys anything that I'm teaching.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So when I started to show them this and how to create Catholic commerce and create your own little board of directors in your parish, like you're in the pew sitting next to a realtor and don't even know it.
Yeah.
And you're trying to find realtors at this BNI when they're sitting in the pew next to
Yeah.
you. There's a
Hmm.
financial guy here, there's an insurance guy there, they're right here. So
Yep.
I said, let's learn how to create Catholic commerce with the people that you're sitting next to. They're not even thinking like that.
No, they
So
don't. Same thing with home care agencies. They don't think of it either.
same
Because
thing.
I've marketed them. I got one referral from them, which hopefully is going to go through, but it's been like 6 weeks already. Um, but they can't see the benefit of taking that extra step to maybe ask another question like, do you own a home? And I get it because a lot of their people are RNs that go out and they do the care meetings and figure out, do the assessments. So I understand why they wouldn't think of it, but maybe if there's a question or something that they could add to their form, or when the financial person gets to them, that they just say, do you own a home? Or, I tell them, look, if they're cutting back care, let's see what else they have and let's see how we can dive into it. Because a lot of these people, they don't have proper insurance. They think Medicare covers and Medicare does not cover. Um, they don't have long-term care, or in the case that I have now, her long-term care doesn't cover, she needs more care. And she recently had a stroke, so they're trying to figure out a way. So I'm structuring, doing a couple of different structures to see how they want to, or how she wants to really fit it in. Not giving her a lump sum that she's going to go buy, give it away to her kids, something that's going to support her over time while she needs this. So I'm still working on that with them. Um, but I think if the home, I mean, I've gone to home care agencies, I've talked to home care owners, I've done this, and they just like,
Well, again, getting back to the theme of did you bring them business? So I do a
Right.
whole coaching series on how to do all of that kind of stuff. And it sounds like you kind of got the gist of it. So you probably already do it. But I'm just trying to shortcut this for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Make it happen a little bit faster for you. You have the skill, you have the talent, you have the knowledge. You just need to put that in the right environment.
Hmm.
And sometimes the realtors may or may not be the right environment, but for you, financial
Yeah.
services.
Yeah. That's my focus now for
I know.
2026 is advisors. The home care agencies I've kind of backed off a little bit. So if I do come in contact with them, because as of right now, I don't have anyone that needs the care. So I can't get back to them yet. But once I can, I mean, there's also a home care agency on every corner.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. So it depends on who's more receptive. I'm going to give you the business before I give it to someone who, just wouldn't let me in the door.
Right.
So that's what I'm working on. And I think with my background, because I was paralegal, I did estate planning, I did trust and wills, I was director of admissions at a nursing home.
Mm.
I have a certification in Medicaid planning and then my own business for 6 years doing just Medicaid planning, asset protection, Medicaid applications. And it was a very lucrative business until COVID, which broke my heart because I love doing it.
Hmm.
In Tennessee, nobody's paying for that. In New York, you'll pay 8 grand
Yeah.
to save 200, or to just get the guidance that, someone could walk you through the process and know how to get you in a nursing home, how to get you out of nursing home, how to find the right home care agency, how to do the pool trust, all that stuff. Here, they want everything for free
Yeah.
because they don't see the value in it.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Well, let's see if we can
Like,
change that.
yeah, yeah,
Let me do a little homework on my end, Michelle. I'll shoot you a
yeah,
text. I'll follow back up with you. Again, it was really, really nice meeting you.
yeah, same. Thank you. It was very much enjoyed this. Talking to someone else with a brain and an accent
Thank
like
you, honey.
mine.
Have a great day. I'll be in touch.
You too.
See you.
Bye.